Alright, so I wanted to do a quick recap video. Just want to keep this brief and just go over some of the highlights, things that we learned, things we liked, things we didn't like, and just some other thoughts from me. First of all, thanks for everybody for watching. Really appreciate you if you tuned in. If you have any feedback or suggestions for me, please feel free to let me know. Some general thoughts from me. First of all, the video quality and editing quality definitely went up as the campaign went along. Apologize for sort of the scruffy nature of it at the beginning. I learned a lot myself. First time doing anything like this for me, so we've improved a little bit as we went along. But appreciate the patience there. As far as the actual campaign goes, I did want to mention the fact that I think I took a little bit too few too many casualties there in the middle of the campaign, and that sort of day 7 to day I don't know, maybe 12, 13 range. We were taking attacks that were probably a little bit out of our depth, and our econ suffered a little bit from it. Which caused us to have to do the early retreats on day 12 and day 14, which was a bit unfortunate. I think I just needed to manage that a little bit better. And then one other point was on some of the attacks, especially later in the game. I was a little bit hesitant, a little bit greedy even, with not using my off-map call-ins for to assist, just to soften up some of those points that are, or the flags that are dug in. I think this was especially evident on like the day 19 attack, for instance, as it's been pointed out to me. Just need to use a little bit more of what we have, and not just keep it for defense and for hunting out enemy artillery pieces. So something I need to improve a little bit on, but I did feel like we were really low on call-in points almost the whole campaign, so I don't know that I would have been able to afford too many of those bigger strikes, which is partially why I never teched into them, because I just never felt like I had enough in the bank. But it is what it is. Just something to note for the next one. I did want to highlight a little bit on sort of my favorite attack was definitely the day 21, the Barakati knife fight. That one was a lot of fun. Slugfest, close quarters. It took forever, but it was a fun one. I had a lot of I really enjoyed that. That whole one. And on defense, this one was tough. There were a lot. There were a few that I had shortlisted for this. I have fun almost every defense. Defense for me is so much more fun than offense. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the day 8 defense on Courtyard personally, because that's a really tough map for me. I haven't really ever had a lot of success on it, and it proved pretty pivotal into in the overall success of the campaign. I think if we had taken a loss there, we may have been in some trouble. But anyway, do want to shout out a few units that I used either for the first time today, or just wanted to make note of. So the first one I want to point out is the PZ3L. This guy right here. We went for it pretty early. I think we had it without looking, maybe around day 5, and it was extremely capable for that sort of early war and mid-war period. I mean, yeah, really solid. It wasn't that expensive in terms of manpower or research costs, and I thought it was really good. So overall, very impressed with that. Second unit I think that most surprised me was the 7.5 centimeter PAC 97. I actually picked this thing up out of necessity. Again, a unit that I had previously just skipped over in the past. Probably not the best source of primary AT, but as a supporting AT piece, this thing was very, very good. for its cost, and rate of fire was good. You know, I could just all this thing shoots is HE and HEAT rounds. So for me, I just left it off of ammo lock and paired it with one or two other, you know, proper AT guns, usually Pack 40, and it was really effective at its role. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. Again, a unit that I had never previously used. Things that I was maybe not so keen about. The first one will probably be pretty controversial, but the Tiger, I didn't think this thing was as good as I would have liked, especially even going to the Ace version with the veteran tank crew. I think part of it, and actually most of the struggles that I had with using the Tiger were more down to the fact that I didn't prioritize it in terms of research. You really gain a lot by having it out on the field early to where it really is the best thing out there. By the time I brought it out, you know, the Soviets were getting close to the IS series tanks, and then, you know, shortly after, it wasn't even a couple of battles. You know, we were having to face the ISs, and it just gets outclassed by those. So yeah, it's slow. The turret doesn't turn very fast, and the gun doesn't have the greatest pen. But overall, still a solid tank. It does start to lose a little bit of steam in the late war, and I think that's by design. So I just didn't prioritize it, and I think that maybe made it a little bit weak. So mostly my own doing, but yeah, I wasn't as impressed with it as I sort of was hoping for, especially the Ace variant. The other thing that I just, again, not an overall bad unit, but the Wirbelwind for me was actually, well, I should say that it was very good at what it was designed for, or what it was used for primarily, which is to take out airplanes. It was very good at that. My sort of gripes with it come from the fact that it costs a 25 pop cap and it's kind of expensive. You know, for what it does, it's good. It's just maybe not the price I'd like to pay for it. Coupled with the fact that it just has an unbelievable ability to team kill your own infantry. You really have to be careful with what you have around it. Yeah, and it's just a little bit limited. I felt like a lot of the times that I was putting it, you know, sort of parking it in the back and not getting a lot of use out of it. But yeah, you know, that's really it for me. I don't think that it's anything more than that. But overall, yeah, a really fun campaign. I hadn't played Germany in a while. I was really pleased to get that one back up. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do yet. Like I said at the top, I'm gonna think about it for a little bit, and then start something else up, and we'll see what the future holds. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and please, if you have you know, feedback, please let me know. If you have questions or you're interested in the mod, you know, you're just starting out, join the Discord, ask your questions there. A lot of knowledgeable folks there willing to respond. So, all right, I'm going to sign off for this one. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.